Carrying an infant car seat feels like a dad initiation ritual. 30 pounds of baby plus seat, arm going numb, wishing you had a kettlebell in the other hand just to counterbalance. Then we found the Doona, a car seat that basically grows wheels. Sounds like magic, right? But trust me, it comes with a few tricks of its own, including one very embarrassing story I'll get to in a bit. Hi, I'm Matt, husband and father of 3 boys. When I'm not at home, I work in movies and television, but here, I'm just dad. My goal is to help you decide what's worth your hard-earned money. Welcome to Try It at Home, real life, real reviews. Come on in. This is the Doona infant car seat and stroller combo. At its core, it's a rear-facing infant car seat that converts into a stroller in an instant. No extra frame, no snapping into a base to stroll. It's all built into one piece. The Doona isn't feather light, but it's reasonable for what it does, holding babies up to 35 pounds or 32 inches tall, usually about 12 to 15 months. The setup is simple. You've got 2 parts. There's the base, basically a docking station that straps into your car, and then the car seat itself, which is also the stroller. You click it in and out of the base when you're driving, and when you're not, the wheels fold down so you can roll it around. That's the whole trick. 1 seat, 2 jobs. And if you're wondering about the price, the Doona retails for $650. Here's what I love about the Doona. With our first 2 children, we did the more traditional setup, a separate infant car seat and a stroller frame. Honestly, it was sometimes more hassle than it was worth. Half the time I'd just lug the car seat around in my hand because I didn't feel like messing around with a surprisingly heavy stroller frame. So when we discovered the Doona with our next kid, it felt like a huge upgrade. The obvious thing is that it transforms. You pop it out of the car, hit the release, and boom, stroller. No separate frame, no fumbling with latches. I can go from buckle to rolling in seconds, which makes me feel like some kind of baby gear magician. And here's a dad confession. If you're very careful, you can even get it in or out of the car without waking the baby. But it takes some serious skill. Think of it like a stealth mission in a video game. One wrong move, and you've triggered the boss battle, also known as a wide-awake newborn. For travel around town, it's incredibly convenient. Quick errands, dropping one kid off at practice, dashing into the store. I don't need a giant stroller. I just roll the Doona out, handle my business, roll it back in. It's compact and city-friendly. In tight spaces like elevators, narrow sidewalks, or tiny apartment entryways, it maneuvers easily without taking up half the block. The wheels roll smooth. Sidewalks, grocery store floors, airport tiles, no problem. You're not pushing a jogging stroller here, but for everyday surfaces, it maneuvers surprisingly well. For newborns, the insert and head support really do the job. Our youngest rode comfortably, and he didn't look like a bobblehead bouncing around in there. That's a big deal when you're first bringing a tiny human home. And seriously, it just looks sharp. The design gets compliments everywhere. People stop and ask about it. It's the rare baby product that feels sleek and modern instead of heavy and clunky plastic. It just makes life easier. In those first chaotic months with a baby, you need all the shortcuts you can get. The Doona saves time, saves space, and saves sanity. And speaking of space, it takes up way less room in your trunk or at home compared to hauling around a separate car seat and stroller. If you live in a small space, that's huge. There's a big resale market for Doonas, which makes the price tag easier to swallow. We bought one new for our 3rd child and sold it easily. In fact, we even had multiple people asking to buy it. All in all, it's perfect for families who are on the go. Whether that's city living, frequent errands, or just lots of in and out of the car. Doona sells a whole line of accessories. Since the stroller doesn't come with much beyond the basics, there are snap-on storage bags, a sunshade extension, rain cover, mosquito net, cup holder, travel bag, even wheel covers so you don't get dirt in your trunk. If you want the Doona to feel more complete, these extras probably help a lot. Just keep in mind that they add to the cost. Here's what can be better about the Doona. The weight is real. On paper, it's about 17 pounds, but add a baby and you're suddenly curling 30 to 40 pounds every time you lift it. If you drive a taller SUV like us, hoisting it in and out gets really old really fast. My back has opinions about this. The usage window is relatively short. My last kid grew out of it in less than a year. At around 12 months, he was basically done, which makes the price tag feel steeper since you'll be moving on to a new seat and stroller pretty quickly. The good news, these things hold their value, like I said. There's no underseat storage. You can buy attachable bags, but it's not the same as having a basket for your diaper bag, groceries, or a random toy collection your toddler insists on bringing with you. And here's the part I teased earlier. The learning curve is no joke. Even after practicing at home, I still had moments where I was embarrassed by how clunky I looked. The worst one, right outside the hospital, where I was stuck trying to get the wheels down until a kind stranger helped. It's not that it's broken, it's just not intuitive until you memorize the sequence. And while we're on setup headaches, sometimes the base can get finicky. I've had times where no matter what I did, I could not get the car seat to lock in. Turns out one of the straps under the seat was blocking the connection point. The problem is, in that moment, I didn't know what it was. You're just sweating and jiggling and hoping that you didn't break it. And finally, it's not built for all terrain. Sidewalks, malls, smooth pavement, perfect. But gravel, grass, sand, not so much. The wheels just aren't designed for off-roading. So what's the verdict? For us, the Doona made the jump from 2 kids to 3 way smoother than it could have been. It's got quirks, but I honestly can't picture going back to the old stroller car seat combo. In those early months when you're in and out of the car constantly, it really does make life easier. And when you factor in that there's such a strong resale market, in my experience, you can easily get back at least half of your money. It made the price tag feel a lot more reasonable. For our family, the Doona was worth every penny. If you found this review helpful and you're interested in getting one for yourself, you can support the channel by using the affiliate links down below. It doesn't cost you anything extra, but it helps us keep making real-life reviews like this one. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe for more, and drop a comment. Would you pick convenience for 1 year or a longer-lasting stroller setup? I'd love to hear your take. Thanks for stopping by. Until next time, keep it real.